Good day and welcome. You're watching Sint Maarten NEWSDESK, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond. With your anchor crew, Alston Lawrence, Glenda York, Tiziana Hart, and Mizzy with the Sunshine Report. This broadcast is brought to you by TV15 and proudly produced by Great Bay Media Studios in Philipsburg, Sint Maarten. And now, let's jump straight into today's top headlines.
Police and prosecutors are searching for Brent Dane Danglade, also known as John Don Emmanuel, in connection with the March 2nd alligator double murder investigation. He is considered armed and dangerous, frequently changes his appearance, and has an elongated tattoo inside his right forearm. The public should not approach him. In another case, SWAT officers arrested suspect SJF in Philipsburg Friday night in connection with a 2025 jewelry store robbery and a separate fatal shooting in Fort William. Police say a firearm was confiscated during the arrest and the suspect remains in custody. And on the French side, an American couple says two men deliberately kicked them off of a moving scooter near the border monument Friday evening. Both tourists reportedly suffered broken bones. French authorities had not officially confirmed the complaint when the report was published. Anyone who witnessed that incident or recorded the scooters near Quartier d'Orléans around 7:10 p.m. should contact the gendarmerie. Political office holders could begin paying pension contributions. Finance Minister Honorable Marinka Gums is moving to introduce pension contributions for ministers, members of parliament, and other political office holders. A review found that they have not contributed toward the pension benefits attached to their positions since 2010. The Council of Ministers has approved moving forward with the required legal process, with implementation targeted for January 1st, 2027. Gums says taxpayers should not carry the entire pension burden while civil servants and other workers contribute toward their own retirement. The contribution rate and expected annual savings will be calculated during the legislative process. Meanwhile, preparations are underway for the opening of the 2026-2027 parliamentary year on Tuesday, September 8th. Governor His Excellency Ajamu Bailey will deliver an address outlining government's policy priorities during a solemn public meeting. The ceremony begins at 9 a.m. with a guard of honor outside Parliament on Wilhelmina Straat. The public schools and businesses are encouraged to follow the live broadcast. The airport begins construction of curbside check-in facility. Princess Juliana International Airport has begun constructing a new curbside check-in facility to increase capacity and improve the passenger experience. Once completed, departing travelers will be able to check in and tag their luggage before entering the terminal. Airport officials say moving part of the process outside will reduce pressure on the existing check-in area and help ease congestion inside the terminal. The additional processing point is also expected to provide faster service and improve accessibility for families, elderly persons, and travelers carrying luggage. The airport says reducing crowding will support safer passenger movement while preparing the airport for future growth. Construction is expected to take approximately 3 to 4 months, depending on normal building conditions. Passengers may notice ongoing work in the designated area during that period. The airport says measures will be taken to minimize disruptions to passenger movement and daily operations. Princess Juliana International Airport describes the facility as another investment in creating a more efficient, accessible, and convenient departure experience.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenda York of Sit, Sip and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV15 Sint Maarten, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in Sint Maarten, your NEWSDESK feature story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Maarten, bringing you all the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
Youth, your voice matters. If you're between 13 and 24, this is your chance to shape the future.
Take the Department of Youth's quick 5 to 7 minute survey and share what matters most to you. Your feedback will help guide programs and policies that make a real difference.
Scan the QR code and take the survey today. Your voice, our future. Together for Sint Maarten.
Touched by breast cancer.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience, community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience, hey. For every laugh, every adventure, number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Welcome to the BTP Cybercrime Awareness video. What is cybercrime? Cybercrime is any illegal activity that uses computers, smartphones, or the internet. to harm people, steal information, or cause damage. Now, how to protect yourself. First, use strong passwords. Also, keep your devices and antivirus software updated. Enable two-factor authentication. Research before sending money. Use trusted platforms. Log out of accounts on shared/public devices. Scan the QR code for more tips. Stay alert. Stay secure.
Carnival 2027 registration closes September 1st. The St. Maarten Carnival Development Foundation is reminding prospective participants that registration for Carnival 2027 closes September 1st. The deadline applies to Carnival troops, booth holders, pageant contestants, bands, and calypso competitors. Registration for season passes will open separately at a later date. Interested participants can register through the Foundation's digital platform at sxmcarnival.life/registration. The platform was introduced to modernize how Carnival information, applications, and participant engagement are managed. SCDF says early registration is essential for determining participation levels, organizing logistics, and completing preparations on schedule. The Foundation is encouraging troop leaders, performers, vendors, musicians, pageant participants, and calypsonians to register before the deadline. Officials say the earlier participants confirm their involvement, the better the Foundation can coordinate the season and deliver a strong Carnival experience for residents and visitors. All Carnival 2027 applications must be completed online no later than September 1st. Nature Foundation calls for respectful turtle nesting season. The Nature Foundation is urging residents and visitors to protect sea turtles as nesting activity increases across St. Martin's beaches. Green, hawksbill, and leatherback turtles generally nest between May and December, with Simpson Bay, Dawn Beach, and Gibbs Bay among the most frequently visited locations. The appeal follows several disturbing incidents last season, including nests being trampled, turtles frightened by crowds, hatchlings removed for photographs, and a turtle found with injuries consistent with a dog attack. Sea turtles and their eggs are protected under the Nature Ordinance, which prohibits harassment. Anyone encountering a nesting turtle or hatchlings should remain at least 15 meters away, stay quiet, and turn off bright lights, flashlights, and camera flashes. Hatchlings must be allowed to crawl into the sea without assistance. Dogs should be leashed and removed if they begin barking. Sightings or disturbances can be reported to the Nature Foundation at 544-4267 during business hours or by WhatsApp 581-6365 after hours. Registration opens for FREEGAN Food Market. The FREEGAN Food Foundation has opened registration for a new cycle of its grocery support program. Accepted participants can select their own groceries, fresh produce, and household essentials during weekly visits. Each person contributes $4 per week and receives approximately $12.50 in groceries. The program is intended to supplement, not replace, a household's full food budget. Space is limited to approximately 300 people, representing about 125 families. Registration allows applicants to attend the intake but does not guarantee acceptance. Intakes will take place September 7th, 8th, and 12th. Applicants must bring proof of address, housing, and income. Registration closes September 4th. Persons can register through WhatsApp at 587-6737 or visit FREEGAN headquarters at 89 Walter Nisbet Road during opening hours. Every applicant will receive a message confirming whether they have been accepted. The new FREEGAN Food Market cycle begins October 1st.
Hey there, I'm Venicia Herbert, and welcome to the Community Billboard. This is your space where the people, places, and heartbeat of the St. Maarten community get to speak for themselves. Whether it's an event worth showing up for, a business worth knowing about, or a cause worth caring about, you'll hear it right here. So, settle in, because what's coming up next just might be exactly what you've been looking for. Welcome to the NEWSDESK Community Billboard.
sweating, weakness, dizziness, headache, nausea. A fast heartbeat may be signs of heat exhaustion. Move the person to a cool or shaded area, loosen clothing, and help them cool down. Confusion, fainting, seizures, or very hot skin may signal heat stroke. Call emergency services immediately. Know the warning signs and act quickly. A message from Collective Prevention Services within the Ministry of Public Health, Social Development, and Labor.
To be part of our mailing list, send an email to newsdesksxm@gmail.com.
Touched by breast cancer.
Hey, Sint Maarten youth, your voice matters. If you're between 13 and 24, this is your chance to shape the future.
Take the Department of Youth's quick 5 to 7 minute survey and share what matters most to you. Your feedback will help guide programs and policies that make a real difference.
Scan the QR code and take the survey today. Your voice, our future. Together for Sint Maarten.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll.
Welcome to the BTP Cybercrime Awareness video. What is cybercrime? Cybercrime is any illegal activity that uses computers, smartphones, or the internet to harm people, steal information, or cause damage. Now, how to protect yourself. First, use strong passwords. Also, keep your devices and antivirus software updated. Enable two-factor authentication. Research before sending money. Use trusted platforms. Log out of accounts on shared/public devices. Scan the QR code for more tips. Stay alert. Stay secure.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
August 23rd, we remember, we resist, we reclaim. Yesterday, August 23rd, the One Sint Maarten Association joins people across Africa, the Caribbean, and the world in observing the International Day for the Remembrance of the Slave Trade and its abolition. On the night of the 22nd to the 23rd of August 1791, enslaved Africans in Saint Dominique, today the Republic of Haiti, rose against slavery and colonial oppression. That uprising became the beginning of the Haitian Revolution and helped shake the foundations of the transatlantic system of enslavement. While the commonly used historical term is the slave trade, One Sint Maarten believes we must also be conscious of the language we use. These were not commodities being traded. They were human beings kidnapped, trafficked, transported, sold, and exploited through a brutal international system of human trafficking and chattel enslavement. For Sint Maarten, remembrance must also mean confronting our own history. Our island was colonized and exploited by European powers and today remains divided between the Kingdom of the Netherlands and the Republic of France. The consequences of slavery and colonialism did not disappear. The consequences of slavery and colonialism did not disappear with abolition. They remain visible in our economic structures, institutions, and cultural displacement, and the continuing denial of full self-determination to our people. We remember the enslaved not simply as victims, but as people who resisted. Their struggle reminds us that freedom was not handed down by colonial powers, it was demanded, fought for, and won. One SXM believes remembrance must be accompanied by reparatory justice, reparations, and genuine decolonization. Our people must have the right to determine their own destiny, including through the island-wide referendum One Sint Maarten continues to call for. Should Sint Maarten become an independent country? Yes or no? From Haiti to Sint Maarten, from Africa throughout the Caribbean, we honor our ancestors by remembering their suffering, recognizing their resistance, and continuing the unfinished work of freedom. They were not cargo, they were not commodities, they were people. We remember, we resist, we reclaim.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on Sint Maarten. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature.
Sint Maarten's 2026 budget debate has become about much more than numbers. Across several interventions in Parliament, MPs from different political positions raised remarkably similar concerns. Government has plans, government has policies, government has studies, but can it actually execute them? That question became especially sharp because Parliament is debating the 2026 budget in late August, with only a few months left in the fiscal year of 2026. Chair Lady of Parliament Sarah Westcott-Williams called that timing an anomaly, arguing that Parliament should already be examining how government performed between January and August, rather than still discussing the year as though it had just begun. She also pointed to missing execution data, weak legislative capacity, and stalled reform, saying the country needs a major course correction. Former Finance Minister Ardwell Irian raised similar concerns. Government reported a first quarter surplus of around 39 million Caribbean guilders, but Irian stressed that approximately 27 million of the favorable variance came from lower than budgeted expenditure. In other words, part of the surplus exists because government had not spent money it originally intended to spend. Irian's question was simple: is that really a sign of strong performance or evidence of under-execution? MP Veronica Jansen-Webster went even further, questioning how government can celebrate a surplus when it reportedly cannot provide a complete historical breakdown of what it still owes suppliers. Her argument was that a surplus means much less if outstanding invoices are sitting somewhere outside the picture. MP Darrell York raised the same accountability problem from another direction. He said, Parliament was told to use government financial statements to judge previous performance, while those same financial statements are significantly in arrears. York also highlighted severe staffing shortages, including major vacancies in tax enforcement and key finance departments, questioning how government can promise reforms when some of the departments expected to deliver them remain badly understaffed. And that lack of capacity appears across government. Janssen Webster referred to 271 vacancies, while ministries continue to struggle with recruitment, succession planning, and long-running acting appointments. Meanwhile, MPs are still asking for basic information on poverty, health insurance, tax reform, government liabilities, and implementation deadlines. And then there is GEBE. Across several interventions, MPs question when households will actually feel relief. The Weaver said government appears to be about 45 million guilders short of what is needed for the remaining generator solution and asks whether lower electricity costs will finally reach consumers. Arian said he could not identify a direct GB relief allocation in the budget and proposed using available fiscal space for temporary consumer support and renewable energy investments if needed. MP Westcott Williams asks why government is waiting for yet another BTP assessment when recommendations already exist, warning against simply kicking the can further down the road. Travel spending also became a symbol of the wider debate. Several MPs question increases in government travel, while ministries simultaneously complain about limited resources. MP Francisco La Cruz went beyond criticism and proposed a 5% across-the-board cut in government travel, with the savings redirected towards sports development. MP Ludmila de Weaver captured the public frustration with one phrase: "While the grass is growing, the horse is starving." Her point was that government may have worthwhile long-term plans, but ordinary people are dealing with groceries, electricity, school expenses, healthcare, potholes, sewage, and garbage today. She also demanded a complete picture of unpaid government bills going back years, arguing that plans mean little if existing obligations are not properly tracked. That same question of priorities surfaced in the cannabis debate. De Weaver challenged why cannabis regulation appears so high on government's policy agenda, while long-promised initiatives such as transportation reform remain incomplete. Her objection was not simply to cannabis itself. She questioned whether Sint Maarten has the healthcare capacity, regulatory framework, banking protections, institutional oversight, and transparency required to manage such an industry responsibly. The broader concern fits directly into the rest of the budget debate. Is government taking on new initiatives faster than it can complete the old ones? And that may be the real story behind Budget 2026. The debate is no longer simply about whether government has enough money. It is about whether government knows exactly what it owes, has the people needed to execute policy, possesses current data, finishes what it starts, and directs scarce resources towards the problem residents are actually feeling. Different MPs use different examples: GEBE, healthcare, schools, special needs education, tax collection, garbage, traffic, business licenses, government travel, cannabis regulation. But the underlying question was remarkably similar. Can Sint Maarten turn plans into results? Because with 2027 already approaching, the country risks carrying the same studies, the same reforms, the same unanswered questions, and the same unfinished projects into yet another budget year. And increasingly, Parliament is asking government not what it intends to do, but what it has actually delivered.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of Sint Maarten News Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday at 8 a.m. on TV15 and across all our social media platforms. From all of us here at News Desk, we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Until next time, stay friendly, Sint Maarten.